Cooking. Eyes closed, back straight up into my mouth. Nice, deep breath. Hold up. Kneel. Up. Jump. Cooking. Okay, we'll grab the jump rope. Okay, 2 minutes. Come on, you're the only person I've seen get tangled up in a jump rope. Go. Run in place, just relax, see your new body, run in place. Timer goes up, do another set. Okay, you can do the running in place however you want. You can move your hands and feet, you can do high knees, you can do side to side, whatever way. Be sure that running in one place gets going, and go forward and back, side to side. Okay, however, just keep your body in motion. Come on in, let's go. move. Go, you shouldn't feel your feet after this set. Smacking it so much. Easy, well, it's got the easy on the feet. Easy on the feet, hard to swing. Come on, let's go. Last sets, last sets. One more set after this. One more set. 3 rounds, 2 minutes. 6 minutes jump rope. Come on, don't get caught up. Okay, relax, man. Just keep your body. Just keep it in motion. It doesn't have to be a big, heavy run. Just keep your body in motion. Okay, so next set, we're going to mix the two. Okay, mix the two. Running in place. Running in place, walking in place. Try the best you can. Okay, if you can't, go back to this, but then try to go to this. Okay? But always revert back to the regular. Last one. Just keep your body in motion. Try to get the both feet going. Okay. Keep trying, keep trying. Let it get frustrated. Keep going. Keep going. Stiffen your legs. Don't stiff your legs. Keep your knees bent. Even if I'm moving, my knees need to be bent. Shake it off. Go down, down, come up. Opposite leg. Okay, 20 times. Ready to go. That's it. Okay, regular squats, open your legs out. You can do this while putting on. 20 times, ready to go. Back. Keep this up. Up. Focus your back. Don't bend forward too much. Okay, so now from here, I want snowboard hop 20 times, single count. Okay, corner to corner. Ready? Go. Front leg. Reach to the front leg. Front leg. Front leg. Side of the leg. Go down, Z. Shake it off. Okay, now from here, what I want you to do is, I want to make sure these are tight to your body, okay? I don't want these to come into play at all on this set. I know it's small weight, but any weight makes a little bit of a difference. Even if you can put them on the side, that's good. So from here, what I want you to do is keep your knees slightly bent. Actually, put your hands on your lower back. Yes. Okay, so as you go down, tighten your core. Stretch your hamstrings, go down, like you're bowing, keep your back straight, come up, down, come up. Okay, so keep your back straight the whole time. Okay, 20 times, nice and slow. So I go like this. If I had weights, I'd be going down, this way, but you don't need to. Just keep your hands here, down, come up. Okay, stretch your, tighten your stomach, your core, your back a little bit. Okay, ready? 20 times, go. Hamstrings. Bend your knee. Bend your knees. Bend your knee a little bit. Okay? Good. Bend your knee. Keep that back up. Don't round your back. Around your back. Okay, once you finish, grab your weights. Okay, don't over rotate. If you practice with weights and you snap your arm, you can hurt your elbow and you can hurt your shoulder. So when you're doing this, don't rotate anything. So all I'm doing is extending my arm from shoulder width apart here. I'm extending my arm. Okay, so extend just for about, let's do 20. Okay, ready? Go. Wash your hands after cutting. I do it fast. Okay, just hold it. Wash your hands after cutting. Don't touch your hand. No rotation. From here, from your chest. Your chest. Okay, set it down. Okay, let's see. See, is 5 too much from that, from your chest? Are you sure? Okay, pick it up again. Okay, so from my chest, I should just be able to extend. Okay, so here, I want you to do 10 fast. Don't snap, don't go. Okay, keep your elbow always slightly bent. Okay, ready, 10 fast, go. Make sure you don't rotate your wrist. Okay, now back, 20. Go, slow. Slow. 1, 2. Last one, 10 fast. Okay? Don't go like this. Elbows in tight. Use your body to bring it out. Don't extend and come out. Okay? There you go. And then set them down immediately. Okay? Take it off quick. Now fast. From your chest. Okay? 20. Ready, go. 20. Okay, you're losing it. Okay, grab. Grab. Okay, here. No. Take this. Yes. Okay, ready? Again. 20, go. It's too much, set it down. Go between these two. Okay, it doesn't seem like much till you use it. Okay, go. If you feel like dropping, switch to that. Okay, do not over torque your shoulder. Don't over torque your elbow. Set it down. If it's too much, shake it off. Set it down. Once you finish 20, set it down. Okay, ready? From your chest. Here. Okay, ready? 20, go. Fast, fast, fast. Extend. Now extend, extend. Okay? This is not, we're not chain punching. We're not doing, the only reason why you're doing it this way with weights is because if you extend, you hurt your arm. Chain, we're not really we're not chain punching, okay? From here, we're using that same motion, and at the last second is when I connect. Okay, I extend past my target. So here, boom, 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 from my chest. Okay? Okay. Shake it off. Stay with the 5s and stuff. Okay? Yes, stay with these right. Anything else you just use that. Okay. So from here, bend your knees. Same position, but we're not using our back. Okay? Here, extend, pass. Slightly bend your elbows, expand, expand, okay? Keep your back straight, slightly bend your knees, okay, ready? You can go between 10s and 5s, okay? A set of 10, so if this is too much, go immediately to the 5. Okay, ready? Extend, ready? 10 times, go. Bend your elbows. If you watch me do it, that's it. Bend your knees. You should be following my pattern. I don't do it because it's easier. I do it because it's correct. Easier is just swinging my arms wildly. It's also more dangerous. Bend your elbows. And some little, some. Set them down after each set. Relax your arm. You guys are still growing bodies. You don't want to overdo anything. Okay? So shake it out, stretch it off a little bit. Okay? You don't need to have gigantic weights. Okay? You don't need to have a lot of weight. The first thing you want to do is define. You want definition and use. Okay? I want to be able to use these techniques. The expansion of this is stretching and building my chest along with my shoulders and back. I need these for short counters of my hands. Okay? Expansion of my hands and my body. I need this. Okay? So next set is, so the full set is 10, okay? So we're going to pull it up, up, watch my elbows, pull up, even with my, I'm not going high, I'm going shoulder level here, up, and then 10 of these, once I finish 10, immediately go into my shoulder presses. Extension, shoulder presses, okay? You can do this way 10, I want shoulder presses with 5s, okay? Same thing, I want shoulder presses with 2s, okay? You can do both sets with 5. It's up to you. Okay, ready? I'm pretty sure you can do both sets with 5s. Shoulder presses too. Okay, ready? So here, 10, relax it, set it down, stretch it out, go into shoulder presses, 10. Okay, ready, go. Stay within each other. And go fast. Together. Take it off, stretch it out, then go into shoulder presses. Okay. Use 2s. Again, your specifically body is still there. You're the youngest in here, so any higher weights you do, you could potentially damage or stunt your growth. Okay? So you don't want to do that. Okay, set it down, stretch it out. Okay, one more set of those. Okay, in, 10, up, 10. Okay, when you're ready. You can go to 5s. You don't have to keep pushing on 10. You can go to 5s. Don't rush. Once you finish. See, those 2s don't seem like anything, but if I made you pump out 100 push-ups and then do those shoulder presses with those 2s, they seem like a lot. Your muscles easily fatigue. It doesn't matter how much weight you can do. It's the same thing. If I go first, okay. On this set, we're going to go into horse riding or sitting stance. Okay, low, not too low. You don't need to super sink, just enough to be able to hold yourself. Okay. Okay, put the bow here. Sit, tighten your core, make your fists, bend your knees. Okay, hold 2 minutes. Okay, practicing for testing. Sink, Z, sink. Sink, Z. Open your legs a little bit more. Okay, this one isn't, this bow on the arms isn't part of the test, but sitting stance is. I'm actually going easy on your sitting stance to focus on something else. This is a good time to focus only on your sitting stance because it's two things. It's two sets of pain. Don't let that fall, Zeke. I'm going to add another minute. Okay? The sitting stance, this is a good area where you can focus on it because you have two sets of pain. So your shoulders start to get sore, you get to focus on that, which then allows you to sink your legs lower. Once your legs start to get sore, then it takes away the pain off of your shoulders. Sink. Okay? So just breathe and relax. Two sets of pain are very hard to take away, to take your focus off. And I haven't even hit you yet. Sink. See how fast that is? 30 seconds. Okay, set the bow down. Okay, second set, extend your hands out this way. Hold it up. Hold it up, go. Today's going to be pain day, conditioning work. Not too much working out, just focus on conditioning, mentally, physically. Rotate forward. Backwards. You know, a lot of people can sit at home and see this and think that I can lift my arms up and do that for a long time. Okay? Not after doing 200, 300 push-ups, punching, everything that you have to do. Rotate forward one more time. And holding your arms up for 5 minutes. These guys are only going for 2 minutes tops for a full set. Backwards. Just hold your arms up and see how long you can hold it for at home without dropping it below your shoulders. Okay, stop. Hold it up. On your back. Okay, legs 6 inches. Ready? Straighten your legs out first. And go. Okay, 6-inch hold. Okay, put your pain somewhere else. Lift your head up, Z. Okay, this one specifically, try to do this one for 5 minutes. See how long you last without dropping. Come on, Z. It's already one. You have to be able to at least go a full minute without stopping. Okay? You guys. Okay? You have to go at least a full minute without dropping. Okay? It's not worth counting. It's just worth going until your body can't do it anymore. Okay? You deal with that pain. And one of the other issues, Zeke, is that I didn't tell you to take your hands out. Come on, right away, right away, right away. I didn't tell you to put your hands behind, excuse me. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Out, 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 out. Out, out, out. Okay, here's what I'm willing to deal with after. Out, let's go, let's go. Stop getting frustrated with yourself. Hold it up. Here's what I'm willing to deal with during testing. Once you get past the 1 minute mark, okay, hold it up, hold it up. Go, stop moving. You just cost them push-ups. You don't get a right to be nice and comfortable. Okay, drop, two, up. Go, legs up. That's it. That's your time limit. That's how long you get. Okay, relax. If you drop your foot, that's how long I give you. Okay? So watch. Do it again. Ready? Legs up. Okay, now somebody set it down. 1, 2, up. That's it. That's it. I count to 2, you get up. If you don't get up, everybody starts over from the point. Okay? Ready? Relax. Come on. Come on. Up, 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 up. Everybody up. Okay, so make sure you guys work on that too. Okay, next conditioning point. Let's see. Go together, everybody. Yeah, I'll put the balls away. So, from here, watch. Colton. We'll go from here, face me. So everyone can see. Here, we go inside, outside, down block. Okay, inside, outside, down block. Okay, so both sets, both hands is 1. Okay, go 20 times. Go. Okay, just set it down, I'll grab it. You guys pop it. Okay, people at home, if you're practicing, you don't have to use your partner. You can use a tree. Okay, if you have a heavy bag, you can use the heavy bag. Inside, outside, down block. Okay. Finish. Okay, next set is just one side, rise and block. Try to focus on catching it at the same time. You're not trying to do this. You're not trying to do this and then take full impact. I want to deflect. Sit up. Deflect. Deflect. See, I'm not trying to take this. Okay? He should be taking most of it. So when I deflect, he takes most of it. Okay? So drive this up. Okay? 20 on each side, so he just repeatedly hits over, over, and over. Okay? 20 times, then switch arms. Go. Okay, stop for a second. Okay. If you're going like this, correct technique. If you're doing it realistically, there's 2 versions you can do this. You can do it realistically, where you just react, or you can prep yourself. Okay? Preparation needs to be correct if you do it that way. Okay? Go. Counts. The person hitting counts. Start from low position, Julie. Start from down here. You just want to drop weight. So when I start like this, okay, like this, I just drop weight. See how it forces him to either take impact or deflect? You hear? Okay, that's what you think. So straight. Close your hands. Close your fists. On impact. On impact. Close your fist. Nothing counting. The person hitting should be counting. This person is counting. Go down, Z. Don't hit with your forearm. This part. Don't hit with this part. Okay, you should be working just as much. Okay, if anything, you should be taking more damage if you're doing it correctly. Okay? Okay. Next one is a lot of people say that there's no low kicks in ITF or even Taekwondo in general. That's incorrect. Okay, if we're doing realistic version of our sets, then there should be low kicks. Okay, low kicks. Okay, I hope you understand that. Okay, so from here, bend your knees, tighten your legs. Okay, like you're suction cupping into the ground, and then we're gonna go inside. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then he does it back to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we each get our own set of 10. Don't go like this. I'm not going to hit you hard, okay, but I'm going to. Don't go like this. And then try and kick it and launch his leg out. I'm just trying to get a nice whack. That's it. I'm not trying to go through his leg. I'm not trying to, or this. I shouldn't be doing this either. Okay. Slapping his leg. I should have a good. He should feel it. It should go through his leg. Okay. Ready? 10 times, full set each. Okay. So once you finish, that's one. So on and so forth. Okay. Go. Bend your knees, Zeke. Don't hold your groin. Bend your knees, do it correctly. You have to trust your partner. Four is one, yes. Bend your knees. Okay, it's one each. So, okay, stop for a second. We'll start over. I think everybody needs it. Everybody needs to start over. Okay, bend your knees. I go. I'm not gonna hit you. Okay? And he goes. And he has to get back to his position because I'm going to start right away. Okay, go right away. Yes. Okay, that's the goal. Don't try not to contact the knee. Did I get you? I'm sorry. Okay. 10 turns. Yes. Take turns and then you keep track of your own time. Okay, try again. Go. 4 is 10. Or 1, excuse me. Don't mess you guys all up. Watch his left knee, dude. Watch the knee. Your left kick, watch his knee. Don't go crescent kick. Don't go crescent kick. As a partner, I want somebody who can go through my leg, not somebody's gonna tap my leg. Oh, where's the guard? It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's guaranteed. Everybody is going to have sore legs. There's no one that's going to come out of it perfect. Deal with that. Deal with that side. See, it's bad for everybody. It's not good for anyone. Okay? The only way you're going to get used to it though is by dealing with that. Is taking the impact. The other way you can deal with it is by when he kicks that leg, let's say this side, is I go more into it, right? I go more kick it in outside, this way. I go into it with my body. Into it. Okay? Don't hit my knee, I'll hurt you. Okay? Go this way. Instead of just letting him go and take the inside my leg. I go into it a little bit. Okay, this helps my body absorb it a little bit more. If I go away from it, I actually get worse because he gets to follow through with his kick. You understand? So here's whose legs aren't that bad? Okay, come on. That way. So don't do this. Don't kick like this upward on the leg. It should go down, into it, down. Okay? All I'm doing is dropping my weight. See, it doesn't take much for me to actually make impact because I'm just dropping weight. You feel the difference between this, and this. It goes through your leg, okay? So I'm just letting my foot go like this. I'm not actually making an impact. I won't hit you. Okay? When I practice with the adults, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't actually go hard, but I do let my leg collapse on top of it. So make sure that you kind of do the same thing. Don't snap your leg. Don't go. Just let it go. See, I'm trying not to hurt you, so I'm trying to do. Okay, get your drink. Okay, this will help you tremendously if you actually have to use it. Instead of going up into it, you go down into it. Okay? A very underutilized technique is aiming right below the kneecap to the muscle here, aiming to this muscle. Okay? It doesn't take too much for where the shin bone is, and then from right here, this piece right here, that muscle. If I hit with my shoe, or let's say right here, okay, this is a good point, a good targeting point to where that muscle is. So if I have shoes on, I can just go pow. But if I don't, if it's not, and let's say a situation that he grabs me or something like this. If I want to move, connecting on the back of the leg, or connecting low here, or my heel inward, or I can just drive my knees here, or I can just work this way, sweeping way. Okay? So take points of where you feel it on your muscles, right? See, these are just, there's red marks from just me touching him, but just see that mold, that's a perfect position right there. Is where that is right there. I'm not talking stupid like knockdown pressure points. I'm talking legitimate places to where it's going to be hard for you to put weight on it once you hit it. Same thing with here. If you hit this enough, it's going to be very hard to walk on. If you hit this muscle enough, it's going to be very hard to support your ankle weight. Okay, so take these sets. Your turning kick, this front snap kick, your turning kick with shoes on, your roundhouse kick, my shin against it, Same thing with press and kick on this side. Okay, his shin might be able to guard this, but guess what my goal is for that bar? My goal is not to hurt this shin, is to take it away. Okay, take it away. That's what one of the good things about outside crescent kick, doing it correctly. If we're fighting this way, if we're here like this, I go, wow, okay? So I have that outside crescent kick, okay? So just work on little things. Don't ever think, if you can do this, if you can kick high in the air, let's take that big heavy power and then set it below your waist. Your power is generated twice over because I'm not trying to reach. My body is aligned with the technique. Okay? So that's a very important thing you should try to remember. Put hands on. Okay, we're going to start with partnering up. Same partners. So I'm going to go off it. Off to throw some gloves on so I don't feel left out. Okay. So for 2 minutes, you guys are going to practice the technique. Okay. So usually when I say block a jab hand, block a jab hand, how would you usually defend it? Okay, good. You show me that one first. Okay, that's usual, right? Good, do it. How would you do it? Same way? Inside, right? Inside block, jabbing hand, here, change guard just for this scenario, like this, okay? Here to here, and then we set up going this way. Okay, but we're both on right fighting guard because that's our preferred stance, right? So I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to attack the front side this way. The issue with this is that it sets me up for his counter. Okay? So instead of waiting for his counter and then going, I want you to focus on going right away. Right away. Okay? As soon as we see it, I go right away, contacting the body. Okay? As soon as you see his hand, you drop and go. Okay? Now, the most important part is making sure that once you go down, we know the second hand is coming, so we put our hand back to retreat. We're putting our hands back in our face to retreat to make sure it's not coming. Okay? So in and out as fast as you can. Okay? Ready? 2 minutes. Take your time. Actually, practice first back and forth 10. Okay? One person does 10, and another person does 10. Don't be back and forth yet. Okay, ready? Go. Go right in right away. No. Change your guard. Inside. This one. See. Go in. You go in. Go. Don't go backwards. You're going forward. Your whole goal is to, okay. So here's the thing. If a person continues to go forward and I go backwards, okay, eventually she's going to catch me on one of these range shots. Okay, forget that. Go in right away. Right away. And just drive right away. As soon as I see her hand move, I go. Okay? Just go in. You can switch, don't switch sides because you're going to do a full 10 minutes. 2 minutes, not that. Aim for her throat. Finish. Okay. So the next set is going to be a Okay, if he doesn't come fast enough, you come right away, okay? Because if I need a partner and I say something, I want somebody to hear right away, so we don't waste time. Okay? Not your fault, you don't hear me, it is your fault. Okay, ready? So, for 2 minutes, what I want you to get down is, he punches, I go, and then I punch, he goes. Okay, keep a pace. You don't have to go that fast, keep a pace. Okay, ready? When it starts, do the best you can. Our goal is to keep a timing, not hit each other hard, not go super fast, not outdo each other, keep a timing. Start off slow, you got 2 minutes. Wait for her motion. So you make the motion, she makes the motion. You make the motion, she makes the motion. You make the motion, she makes the motion. Yeah. That's it. This is better. This is better. Good. Good. Okay. Sink. Sink, sink, sink. Sink. Commit to, whoever's throwing jab hand needs to be committed on to hitting the throat. Right? It doesn't have to be heavy, it just should be going to the throat. Grapes, throat, whatever you want to do. Okay? But make sure it's a straight line. The jab hand. 30 seconds, keep going. Okay? Alright. So, come back. Okay, so, you jab. Okay, so that's our pattern, right? Now the issue with not going low enough is that if I don't reach him, or if I barely touch him, turn your body and punch. Guess how far I get to retract back? Not very far. So when he follows through with that backhand, I'm still within range. Okay? I need to connect and let him find me. Okay, then I can follow back through again. Like the side of the helmet. That's what my goal is. The side of the helmet right there with that attack. Okay? So sink your body when he goes, let him find the way back. See my shift? If he holds his hand out like that, here, because he really extended that punch, follow it back. Follow it back. That way if he does throw that backhand, follow it back. Okay? Alright, try the opposite side and do 10. Take your time, okay? You're already setting on the opposite side. Do 10 first. Then switch. Do it again. Good. And he punch to her face, don't move. Good. Now, sink. See? So, if you leave your hand in this position, as he's moving, your head will be on the opposite side. Your goal is not to go, your goal is not to move the hand out of the way. Your goal is to, hurry up, what are you doing? Hurry up! Your goal is not to, left guard, not to move the hand physically out of the way. Go back. Not to move it out of the way. It is to sink your body and keep your hand tight to your face. Boom. Again, see how I trail back with it? Again. Okay. Try, finish your set. Yes. Okay. Keep going. Finish it. Okay. Now, same thing. I block it, and I go block, hit, go, block, hit, go. Okay, 2 minutes. Ready? When it starts. Remember, keep a pace. Okay? Don't go. You don't need to start out fast. You have 2 minutes. Okay? Work on what you need to do. Right away, as soon as you finish your set, focus on you throwing your jab hand. More to get that knee more. I don't want this knee not facing on the inside when you bend. Okay? Even on your jab hand, don't leave the inside. Gotta leave. So, no matter if it's left or right, your reaction time needs to be as fast as you can. If it's the front hand, it's the front hand. If it's the back hand, it's the back hand. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether it's followed up by legs or you want to follow it up by hands. Okay? Shouldn't make a difference. But your reaction time needs to be there. So as soon as this jab hand gets thrown, okay, as soon as his jab hand, go to right side, this way, right side, here, when he throws it, it should be just reactive. Reactive. Don't wait for this, push it and go. Wait for it, push it and hit me in the face. Wait for it, push, no, this hand. Push it and then go, because then it's too late. Push and go. Now reel, down. I want to go into his body as I'm coming in. I don't want to waste time touching and then go. I want same time. Okay? Okay, don't keep playing with that. Okay. The next one, switch people. So face this way, face this way. So, from here, now what you're going to do is be working on distance. Okay? This set's going to be distancing. Same thing is going to be just the jab hand. So, you have to figure out how to get that angle. So, let's say you set up for me. Okay? So, he stands with his hands at the guard this way, and I have to find a way to reach him. He's going to move in a one direction, forward and back, that's it, okay? So, put your hand here, the back hand, here. That's my goal, that way I don't hit him in the face or the throat, okay? So this is my goal with my jab hand, okay? So, as we move here, That's my goal, to get that inside. I don't want to go like this. Try to get away from it. I don't want to go like this and then just go right away. Stay. Don't lean forward when you go to back up. Go right away. Don't go, because it's right there, okay? So here, I don't want to just go like this, because then he'll bail. I want to go inside as fast as I can. Know my range, okay? So take one block apart from each other, and then your goal is to catch them off guard 10 times with that jab hand, okay? So backhand just stays here, okay? Front hand stays in the way, okay? This hand is putting up, okay? You can don't do this. Don't smack it out of the way, okay? Not yet. Just here, use your body movement to get away, okay? Ready? 10 times. Go. You can do this one back and forth. That's how you actually get in the head, is by overturning. Okay, you're trying to use your body to turn your pivot this way. But if you turn too late, don't do that. Use this. You're trying to block without moving. Just move. Just move out of the way. Don't rely on turning for movement. That's hiding something. You have a big target. Okay? Just because I said do this doesn't mean this is not available. Okay? Bounce, fake it. Mix it up, fake it. Okay, trickery is all part of sparring. Okay, that's it. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. You don't have to go straight back. You can each. Same thing. Just rotating your body and not moving out of the way leaves this as a target. Just because I give this as a target doesn't mean this is not available. Okay? Don't overthrow. Okay? Use that step. You've got so much space. You don't have to just do this. I could go like this. I could go a bunch of ways. It's when I decide I want to go forward is when I commit to the attack. You want to really trick there, okay, you hit me. Okay, if I bulk up on him, but he doesn't really want to throw that shot, I can fake it this shot. You go forward and bail and get away opposite this guy. I still have my hand here. You have to be duck hunt duck. You have to move around. You can't just, stay still. Forward hand. You can count, if we're doing both hands, he can do both hands. So we're only one hand. Back up and reset. Back up and reset. You can't stand there and try to exchange. If he bulks you up, reset. Take a step back. Let him keep running forward. Let him go into your hand. Reset. Okay, stop. Okay, you guys got to be past 10 each. Okay, and don't try and do it from a long range, okay? You practice from a long range so that you can be faster when you get to your close range. Okay? I shouldn't have to do it from here. I shouldn't have to do it from here. Okay? So, but I should just be able to go from the position, whatever it is. Okay? I'm relaxed, and then when I fake, okay, I even slipped on that one. Okay? I'm just playing trickery, that's all I'm doing. I'm moving around, okay, protected with everything. Okay? So, just relax, let it go. You don't want this to become too serious to where we're here like this, and then I'm tensed up, and then he sees that I'm tensed up, and then he stops it. Or I get super close and I try multiple times, different angles, and all he does is wait for those each one. Just relax, and going when I'm ready. Okay? That's all it is. Your best attack is when you are relaxed. Okay? That's going to be your best and strongest attack. Your weakest attack is your slowest attack is going to be when you're tense. Okay? It might not be your weakest because tenseness does have a strength about it because you get to release that stress. Okay? But when it comes to speed, it's gone. Okay? You lose all speed and technique. Stop. Okay? When we're moving, I have to make sure that you go. Okay? Okay? So without overdoing it, instead of moving in first, you try to shoot from a distance away. Who has the longer range? Who has the longer range? Right. So which means I can visibly understand the distance that he has to reach me. Okay? Stay there. Reach me. Without moving. Okay, see? So I understand that. So if we're here like this and he goes forward, and I take that same step backwards that I did this way, at that same amount of time, the only thing that changes is my body shifts. He still sees, because he's committed to a straight line, he can't leave the tracks, right? It's a train. Once he commits to a target, he can't leave that train. Again. Okay, again. Right? He can't get off that train. So how do we stop that? How do we stop that? Louder. Okay. So what is your fastest technique going to be? Will it be a not committed or fully committed technique? Fully committed. So how do we make those two things kind of the same? Try to cross my fingers. Okay? How do we make them one? How do we make a committed technique not so straight, not so seeable? Okay? Not so that when you throw this technique that I just come off the line and then it's over. How do we do it? Okay? Well, he's bouncing. Okay, let's try. He's bouncing, he's moving. Okay? So it's not that. So how? Okay. All right, try. Ready? Is it going to change? Okay. Possibly. Okay. But are you committed? When you fake something, you don't commit 100%, right? Because you go, it's a good technique. It's good. When you go, that's good. It's still good, but it's not committed to the technique, right? So how do we do it? No. It's okay. Okay? I have to be 1,100% sure that I can make contact. To make it fast, to make it committed. And how do I do that? By practicing the technique over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over again. Okay? So a good practice is hit me. Okay? And then again, hit me. And then again, and then again, and then again, and then what do? You get more comfortable with it. Hold it. So you move off the line. Okay, ready? Don't move beforehand. Okay? Keep going. Don't use this hand. I didn't use that hand. Okay? Okay? Now. Do I touch it? Again. I get more focused on what I'm doing. Over and over and over again. And then if that technique fails, that's where we get into the new section. What do I do after my committed technique fails? Okay? You have to have a follow-up. Best follow-up for hands is what? Legs. Okay? Because if I'm off that line, if I'm off the line, here, he has roundhouse, here, he has front snap kick, here, he has roundhouse to the backside, you have hook kick. So if I get off the line, and I don't hit you first, let's say I go fully off the line, here we go. Here, if I don't hit you first, you should have some form of attack with your leg ready to go. You can counter with your hand, but your body shape isn't towards my body. You would have to move that foot. If you're going to move that foot, why not kick? Why throw your hand? If I'm going to move that foot, why not just extend my foot? Why follow with my hand? Okay? So, the fully committed technique has to have something after it. It cannot just be that. That's what I'm saying. When I know what I want, I commit to it. Okay? So, when we get to this line here, okay, go ahead, bounce, relax, and then go for it. Okay? So he touched it, but you still kind of gave it away a little bit. But still, it's better than the first ones. And that's the sense you want. Okay, commit 100%, commit 100%. And then if it fails, have something as a backup. Okay? Boozabum likes to say you should never commit 100% onto an attack, but then you're always at a somewhat handicap when you do that. You can be like if I have a bunch of, like, let's say everything that I throw is like 70%. Fast 70%, but not really committed. So like, what's a non-committed kick? Somebody. Non-committed kick. Okay, show me a committed kick. Okay, a non-committed kick. Okay, I would never chamber it back. If I have a non-committed kick, it would just be ready to go for the second set. Okay, a committed kick is it's everything. It's everything ready to go. Okay, I'm going forward into the set. The most important thing that I want you guys to get is that it's good to have both. It's good to have a bunch of non-committed kicks and punches, setups, but it's very important to have one good committed technique. If I do self-defense, do you think that I should have a bunch of non-committed techniques? No, because then that person who is freaking out and attacking you with adrenaline, everything they do is 100%. Everything they do, whether it be a counter, let's say, no, come here. Let's say I hook him like this, here, and he stops it, okay? Because if I'm bigger, you don't use one hand to cover me. Okay, like this, and then he hits me to the head this way, and then let's follow through, this next. Everything I do, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm just pushing him off me. That's all I'm doing, is pushing. Okay? So, if I put something in front of you, like this, okay, and I say hit it, good, hit it, and then the person can move off the line, you have to find a way to get here. You can't just go ahead, throw one, here, and then reset and then go again. So you can't do that, because these are all, every time you do again, you're lowering your percentage of how well you're doing it. I go here, and I go here, and then I go here, and then it becomes more visible and more time. And then he can count when I'm going to go. So just relax your body, and then when you're ready to go, just explode forward. Okay, whether it be leg, hand, backhand, roundhouse, whatever you want to do. Okay? Kids, take your gloves off. Yep. Come here. Okay. Come here. So, from here, we're going to finish off with basic set with Taekwon-Do. Okay, ready? 시작. 산지 준비. 뱅강. 레디. 시작. 준비. 도산. 스트라이크 원. 레디. 시작. 준비. 레디. 동요. 레디. 시작.
원요.
준비. see. Quite regular 준비. Z. Finish your first kick. Hold and move, please. Just that. Okay, ready, go. Go. Okay. Why would the back leg slide? Why? Why shouldn't the back leg slide? Because the weight should be on the back leg. If the weight is on the forward leg, then it slides. If the weight is on the back leg, it has no reason to slide. Your body weight should go forward with momentum. Your body weight should go forward, but not overturn with momentum, is what I mean to say. Okay? So, back leg, sink to your back leg. Okay? You don't have to do it too much. You just don't want to go forward. It's even hard for me to recreate. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay. So finished off on long hold. Chip. 경기. That's it. Bending to your knees, eyes closed, back straight up, into the line. Up. Trip. 경기.